Looking to upgrade your equipment and keep cash in your pocket? Through July at Landmark Implement, get up to a 24-month waiver on select John Deere tractors and combines, or lock in 1.9% fixed rate for 36 months, followed by 5.8 fixed for another 36 months. When planning for this year's harvest, we've got a solution that works for your bottom line. Visit your Landmark Implement today and check us out at landmarkimp.com and experience the Landmark difference.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Attention all Wings fans, Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O, or in Williamsburg Village.
This is On the Block with Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer, Jay Foreman. Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This is On the Block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
Right back where we were 21 hours ago, but who's counting? Welcome into On the Block. Austin Orman and Jay Foreman with you. Show brought to you, as always, by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Special ingredient butcher shop. Every type of meat, every type of cut. Check them out. 3 different locations in Lincoln and 1 up in Omaha. How we doing, Jay?
We're doing all right, man.
Doing all right?
Yeah.
Traffic got you?
It was
busy out there?
Yeah, it's busy out there.
Accidents, construction?
It's just construction everywhere.
Minnesota is really bad. I know it's construction season. You only got like 3 months to do it. But.
Yeah, and plus, like, with the weather and, it's every year. So if you ever get those city or government contracts, you paid. You definitely got you definitely got a crib on Lake Minnetonka. Your stress levels are high right now because you got to probably hit deadlines. But boy, once that winter comes, boy, you kicking it. You probably don't even
fishing for muskie all winter long.
They probably ain't even living in Minnesota. They probably down in like Arizona somewhere. A lot of Minnesotans are down there.
What are Arizona's the popular state for Minnesotans? Not Florida.
I'm assuming.
Makes sense.
But probably both. But Minnesota, probably Arizona, straight shot.
How are Minnesota taxes?
High considering the weather. But we got good education.
That's what matters,
yeah,
right?
Man. They pump that money into every school. No discrimination.
Especially Eden Prairie, right?
And we have buses.
True.
So all the parents that drive and drop off, not happening.
Nope.
You walking in the rain, sleet, and snow to the bus stop.
Uphill both ways?
One place that we lived in, it was definitely I had 2 uphill hills. Yeah.
Tough.
You just walking with your head down.
Get there when you get there?
Yeah, to the bus stop. Yeah. Yeah.
How long a walk? Mile?
That place, no, it wasn't a mile. It was about a half.
With the mile, it adds up to. With the hills, it adds up to about.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You better have
elevation.
Yeah. You better have a good pair of boots, moon boots and stuff like that.
What color moon boots were you walking?
I don't know, man. My stuff was always busted. We didn't have much money. I was always busted, man. That's the thing, man. It was like I couldn't see. My vision was bad.
Wait, do you get LASIK?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't think you were contacts.
Look at Farley.
His readers on.
You got readers.
Got his readers.
Just speaking
Looks
of
so
the
dignified.
devil. Yeah. My dad, I didn't get like contacts until like my senior year. And it was all because we played Bloomington Jefferson.
Okay.
Sophomore, I think I was on varsity sophomore, junior year. And that's when they had those rec specs, and they couldn't fit in my helmet. I wasn't those things, and they had a big old like nose pad, and I got a big nose anyways. And so I was catching punts, the punt return. You squinting, windy. I dropped a couple punts, man. My dad gave me the business, and I got him back, but he was like, man, that's what that's money time.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, man, you back there, you sophomore, and all that stuff. And I was like, man, I can't see. He's like, you can't what?
I can't see.
I can't see, man. He's like, all right, man. He's like, he pretty much took me to the eye doctor to eliminate any excuses. That's what I think. So he took me. I couldn't see. Then I had bad vision. They gave me some rec specs, and I was like, I ain't wearing those. First of all, it looked.
I wore rec specs.
Yeah, I wasn't wearing those. It was too tight. I didn't like. I should have worn them. But my first pair of glasses. You ever watch that? You probably too young. That show Sally Jesse Raphael. No. Only reason I know it was like, remember Phil Donahoe?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was one of them talk shows. It was Sally Jesse Raphael. Uh-huh. She had red glasses. I had red glasses.
Oh, Nebraska was meant to be.
No, because they were the cheapest one.
Nebraska was meant to be.
I didn't know it at the time. And so then I finally got contacts my senior year. But then when I used to lay the boom on people, man, them things used to pop out.
And you can't stop hitting people hard, so they got to keep popping out.
I got to lay that jelly down. And so then finally, I had good contacts when I got into college and all that stuff. But, man, it was rough. And then when I got to the NFL, still had contacts. Now the team would pay for them, so I could switch every day. Nice. So I was like, oh, this is it popped out. So what I did, I know the statutes and limitations though, so I knew I would always get another pair. Mm-hmm. So then I figured out a plan to wear one for a week, and I knew my prescription wouldn't change, but then I would get a couple more and stack them up.
Yeah.
So then as I was stacking them up, I'd wear last week's or last month's. Yeah. So then in the off season, I knew I was golden.
You're set.
Well, then they knew my vision was bad, right? Because I had to go again, at the beginning of the season to get it. They was like, this brother can't see. And I got poked in the eye, so I had to do the vision test. And then that's when LASIK came out, man. Me, my boy Sean Bryson, and I think Peerless Price, we all did it. And we all lived in these little kind of rinky-dink apartments. And we was laid up for 2 days, or at least one day. And next thing you know, you woke up, and I could see way better. And it took about a week or two before it kicked in.
There are two things that I really would need to be talked into to get done. Number one is LASIK.
Yeah.
My eyes aren't bad. I wear contacts and glasses and whatnot. LASIK just scares me, man. Like they're putting a laser on your eye.
The first eye was easy because you don't know what to expect. It's not a lot of, they numb your eye, and then they kind of laser it off, and then really they take like, I don't know what it is, tweezers, and they flip that lens up, go in there and do it, flip it out. Then he's like, all right, we're going to the next one. I'm serious, Austin. It took about 6 minutes. And that's the first 6
minutes. But it's a laser on your eyeball.
I know. And then they got your stuff wide open. You once you get to that point, you done.
No going back.
Yeah. And that doctor we trust. And then the next one, which takes the same amount of time because they have a timer, and because that was their big thing. You'll be, in and out of 3 minutes for the numbing. 6. That last 6 minutes, you just sitting on pins and needles, and then that one seemed like it took a little bit longer and a little bit, hurt a little bit more, but it wasn't a lot of pain, man. Huh. And then they gave you
like special sunglasses, right, to keep it safe.
I wore a hat, and then they gave me James Worthy, the big game James, but it didn't have and then you had to sleep with them though too. So you sleep with them for about a week. And then you go back again. And then it's like, you go back after a week, then you go back after a month, then you go 3 months or 6 months, you're good. And then I wore a visor.
Yeah.
From there on out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing that I have always been very sketched out by is the chiropractor. Like, especially if they get like up to your neck. That's just so sensitive. Like, I know they go to school for it. My sister-in-law is a chiropractor, runs her own business. No free shout out. Sorry, Brooke, but you're great at what you do. I've been told. It freaks me out, man.
You haven't went to go see her?
No, I have not gone to go see my sister-in-law for chiropractic or anything like that. I've been to a chiropractor twice in my life. It was the same guy, family friend, but it wasn't for my back. It was for my hip. My hip popped out, kind of was misaligned during my junior baseball season of Legion ball. I could swing. It was my front leg. Running was hit or miss, but throwing, that's when I would push off of. Throwing hurt like nothing else. So I went and got my hip readjusted, popped back into place.
And all good, right?
And all good. But you're telling me you want to just like mess with my back or like mess with my neck? Like, I'm sure I need it. I'm sure it'd feel really good. My wife swears by it now that she's pregnant, especially. I just don't like people messing with, first of all, my eyes, right? You do something wrong. Now I can't see at all. I'd rather just suck it up and wear the contacts. Then my back and my neck, that's like my mobility. I know they go to school. I know they have degrees and all that. It just freaks me out, man.
Now you say it. Now I'm scared to go. I go all the time. I'm going to give a shout out, though, to one of my former teammates. I hope he's listening. I hope the head of the household is listening. Is Megan Butenbach. She's vicious. She jumped on me one time. She was mad at me about something I said. She was waiting for me. But Ben Butenbach is a great chiropractor, man. He takes care of me. I trust him. Number one, I know he's good. But number two, he's a former teammate.
I've never heard of anything going wrong at the chiropractor. Just like I've heard of like one or two things going wrong on a roller coaster. I just don't want to be that outlier.
No, I mean, Ben does a really good job of adjusting and doing everything. And then Megan, man. Oof. Ben's tough. But the funny thing about Ben is I would never think that he was going to be a chiropractor because we were linebackers. He's tough, though, man.
Yeah.
Like there's a dude that you want to get in the bar fight. That's one of the dudes I'm going to be in there with. And
he'll throw you through the table and then crack your back just to make you feel better.
But then now he's all in there and, he knows exactly, what I'm going through. He takes good care of me. But, yeah, I understand. Sometimes you do wonder, though. When they get up there around your neck. Yeah.
I need to trust them. They go to school for it. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be someone's anomaly.
Yeah, you always got to check your references and stuff, and so to make sure that they're taking care of you. But yeah, that is. I think it's a control thing.
Very much so.
Yeah, and another thing about Buffalo, since we're doing a little story time, is one of my worst deals was, and have I told you about this story?
Maybe. Go for it though,
man. I'll just tell you the PG version, man. So first of all, through the draft process, that's some dudes in the NFL broke bread today.
Sauce Gardner, Trey Smith, congratulations, young man. 220 between you.
Scary Terry is just like, what's up? Can I get some of that, right? So you get drafted now into Buffalo, right? Now, one of those things I was dumb enough to say, the two places I played at Nebraska, cold as all get out. And I'm like, I don't want to go to Green Bay or Buffalo. Mm-hmm. How stupid is that? And I'm from Minnesota. And DC. So then I was like, all right, well, Buffalo picks me. So you fly in there. And we have my man that, they pick us up in like a van, or vans. But, I'm riding there. Everybody was scared to ride shotgun. I was like, I'll ride shotgun. So this older dude that used to pick us up, his name was Mike. We nicknamed him Money Mike.
Money Mike.
So he was telling all these stories about like when Jim Haslett came and all this stuff and, pointing out like places around Buffalo and, all that type of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then he gets to the point of like, yeah, we're going to let you guys check in and then we're going to take you over to get your physical. I'm like, physical? Like, bro, I just I went to the combine.
That wasn't enough?
Yeah.
The Underwear Olympics.
And you got all our files from Nebraska. Like, what kind of physical? He's like, oh, yeah, you got to get a full physical. And I don't think I ever had one. Like,
dating back to high school? Did you not need them to play high school sports?
Man, my dad just signed that stuff. He all right.
Well, when I needed it, the doctor had to sign it. Not just
I think I might have, but it's quick. And matter of fact, Jamal's dad was a doctor. I think I just took it over there.
I
think that we, always a way around it, right? And so he's like, oh, yeah, you got to get full physical. And I was like, I've had my blood taken before. And they did that at the combine. Mm-hmm. I was like, that was good. So it's a matter of a month or two. He was like, oh, nah. You got to get a full physical, if you know what I mean.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
I think I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? And then he was like, because Mike was funny, though. Mm-hmm. He's like, and then he's like, no, you got to get a full physical, right?
Head to toe, inside and out.
So, yeah. And then, so the whole van went kind of silent. And I'm like, what? Full physical? He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, the doctor used to play basketball, and they say he got big hands. I was like, oh, hell no. I was like, oh, right? I'm like, oh, hell no. I was like,
did not sign up for this.
He was like, yeah, you got to get it. The first year as a rookie, you got to get it. They make a big investment in you guys. I'm like, oh, he's just playing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's been joking the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm riding shotgun.
Did you call shotgun or get relegated to shotgun?
I got relegated. Everybody was scared because they had the headphones on. I'm just, I'm happy to be there.
You're being Minnesota nice. Yeah. Conversating.
Man, I get back in there. He's like, all right, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Yo, when I tell you, you could hear a pin drop in that thing, for that 20-minute ride from downtown Buffalo out there to the 4 Point Sheridan. Brother was traumatized. I don't think I talked to Mike for like a week. I sat in the back. I was mad at him, man. He's like,
way back.
Yeah, he's like, I told you so. I was like, he was like, he looked at me. He's like, how was your physical? I was like, it was all good, man. I was like, he didn't do
you passed.
Yeah, I passed.
You cleared.
Yeah.
Important part, I guess.
That was traumatizing. And I think the first time I really, because I had my wisdom teeth this is the crazy thing, is you in Buffalo, it's cold.
Mm-hmm.
And then my wisdom teeth got bad during the season.
You know your boy doesn't have wisdom teeth?
You?
Yeah.
You're lucky.
I know.
But I'm hitting people.
Yeah.
And so then they were like, all right, well, let's just send him to the dentist to get a full, thorough cleaning. Hey, yo, so it was on a...
Did you brush twice a day, Jay?
It was on a Tuesday. I don't know what I was doing. My gum...
Dirty mouth guard.
And I was here, and he was doing it, and it was hurt, and he was like, they were picking it.
Scraping, scratching, all that,
mouth, Yo, my mouth hurt so bad. I grabbed his hand, took that thing off, said, I'm out of here. I said, don't ever send me back to that dude. No, damn well, it was my fault, right?
You demand a trade just because they made you go to the dang dentist.
But then they hooked it up as soon as I got back to Minnesota. I got my wisdom teeth pulled. But man, that was my I was scared of the dentist for forever.
Fellas, word of advice: if your girl gets her wisdom teeth taken out, go visit her. I did that. It's like a year after we started dating. Killer move.
To visit your wife?
My now wife. Yeah.
Oh, well, she was at home laid up?
Yeah, because she was up at UNMC at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I think we started dating right before sophomore year. She went up to the med center for school for junior and senior year to finish, and she got her wisdom teeth out. So I had some time to kill after class and before evening responsibilities. So took a few hours out of my day to visit the laid up girlfriend.
And what happened?
Nothing. Just hung out with her, watched TV.
They say you could get all the truth out on when they got that funny gas in them.
She had been back for long enough that was out of her system, but she was obviously very swollen up. Again, hey, another pro tip, fellas. I didn't take pictures. I didn't do it. Nothing to tease her with, nothing to mock her with.
Yeah,
I was there for support. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah.
Good boyfriend move by me back in the day.
Yeah, that's smart. He's laying the foundation. Now look at you.
Look at us.
Yeah.
Speaking of laying the foundation, Jay, we'll get to this in the last couple minutes of the segment. The 5 major players associations, NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and I suppose we have to throw MLS Players Association, sent a letter to, I believe it was, the Energy and Commerce Committee in the U.S. government, urging them to reject any antitrust exemption or legal liability shield from legislation regulating college athletics. The SCORE Act, the Student Compensation and Opportunity Through Rights and Endorsements Act, is the one that the federal government is trying to get through to make essentially blanket NIL rules. Now, what the NCAA's people are asking for is some antitrust exemption, so they can do pretty much whatever they want. But the players' associations of the pro athletes, right, in the 5 major leagues in the U.S., wrote a letter to Congress saying, don't let this happen. You can't give them antitrust exemptions. And of course, really the only 2 antitrust exemptions in the U.S. right now, railroads for some reason, and Major League Baseball has a partial exemption. Why do you think the players' associations would take their time to write a letter to Congress saying, don't give the NCAA antitrust exemption?
I don't know. That's interesting. I mean, on 2 different levels. That NCAA wanting that because that lets you know they're about to screw you over again.
Yeah.
Or try to. But then more importantly, the other major leagues are probably like we talked about hating, they're probably hating if they get it, then, knowing that they might not get it. So I think it's, everybody's trying to CYA, but more importantly, you shouldn't need antitrust. And at this point, you've done enough antitrust type of breaking, like moral and legal rules. Why would you want to do it, even more in a, continuation, for the NCAA? But, it's interesting that and also that lets you know that the major or the professional leagues view college as pro sports now, that players are getting paid.
Like you've been saying.
Yeah. So it might not be on the same level, entertainment, but, they view them on the same level in the same room.
Yeah.
And
they at least get a seat at the table.
Right. And so they know anything that they get at the college level can affect the professional ranks. So it's interesting.
Part of the letter here says whatever progress the athletes have made has been a result of their use of the antitrust laws. The SCORE Act would take that weapon away from them. And then one of the last bullet points, it is not hard to imagine a situation where the NCAA and its members collude to restrict revenue sharing and deny student athletes fair compensation with the confidence of immunity against legal action. Indeed, they have been doing exactly that for decades. Yeah, now, if it took the players' associations writing this to Congress to say, hey, they've been acting, in an antitrust exemption sort of model for years now, then we are not sending our best and our brightest to Capitol Hill. They should have known that without the players' associations having to say it. But it's interesting and telling to me that the players' associations felt the need to reiterate that.
Yeah, it is interesting, especially with the stuff with the NFL.
Yeah. Right?
Why would the other 4 leagues want to partner with them? Now everybody's looking at them. I think it's, it's obviously, like we said, it's posturing, it's positioning yourself, but then also the NCAA wants to, okay, you got us right now, but we're going to try to roll this thing back one more time to let you know you guys are still under our, lock and step. So, hopefully they eliminate all that, especially with the sports teams, just because, like I said, the athletes, even though they're getting paid, you're still light years behind this type of big business, this type of big money. You got to think all the way back probably in the 70s, the NCAA was making millions. Now they're they've been making billions of dollars, and they've been finding ways to make more money off of student athletes for longer than the student athletes have been athletes. If that's I know it's a tongue twister, but that's just the truth. Yeah. So, you're playing, you've made a lot of progress. Now it's up to the government not to let any of that progress go to the wayside.
The SCORE Act did narrowly pass a subcommittee markup. So it is now the first college sports compensation bill to reach the floor of the House. So now that made it past the subcommittee, it's got to make it through the entire House. Then it'll go to Congress, and then we'll go to Senate, I guess, and then we'll go from there.
That's a great use of our powers to be time.
Heaven forbid we actually solved this problem 50 years ago.
Yeah, we couldn't. God forbid the NCAA could just be fair.
No,
but we gotta go have the government tell us again.
Again.
Yeah, essentially.
Again.
And it's smart. It's no different than the owners. Like, we'll keep this money in at bay, keep making interest off it, and then we'll only give it to you when we have to.
Never forget sending the FBI to Bill Self and Sean Miller's houses.
Yeah, and
talk about a great use of resources.
Yeah, well, didn't they have a Creighton assistant coach, right?
Yeah,
and is it in the hotel room?
I think so.
Yeah.
Knock.
Who's there? Me. Got a little bag. I got a little goodie bag for you. That's just listen. That might be the smoothest way that this stuff has just kind of went by the wayside. The 2 dudes that really got in trouble was my man Rifleman Chuck Person, right?
And Will Wade. John Miller got a slap on the wrist. Bill Self got nothing.
Will Wade's back in business, right? He's at NC State.
Mm-hmm.
Rifleman, he's got to be out right by now, right? Hopefully.
Ought to be.
Yeah.
Oh, and Book Richardson.
Yeah.
Chuck Person, let's see here.
Because he went to prison, right?
Thought so.
Yeah, for lying to the government.
Thought so. Let's see. 2 years and probation, 200 hours of community service. So, no, did not actually go to jail.
Yeah, so he's off now, right? Probably, or at least
if he hasn't done 200 hours of community service yet, that's not.
Yeah. So they broke the rules on record. Sean Miller, right? That's DeAndre Ayton, right? That was who he was paying.
I think so. Yeah. Uh-huh. We're really using our resources great. That's our tax money at work. Now, I'm not mad about prosecuting Bill Self. In fact, I think we need to do that again. But that's another story for another day. Let's go to break. When we get back, overrated and underrated NFL teams for 2025. And then, of course, at 4 o'clock, we'll answer the big question. Is Nick Saban actually coming back to college football? Will he coach again? Greg McElroy has people telling him yes. Do we believe it? Do we not believe it? We'll get into that at 4 o'clock, but we're talking some NFL next during On the Block.
Follow Austin Strick and On the Block on Twitter at Austin Orman, eStrick20, and On the Block 93.7. More of On the Block coming up.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies. It'll be breezy and hot with an afternoon high near 94. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms likely, low around 68. And tomorrow, we'll chance of showers and storms. Otherwise, partly sunny skies with a high around 85. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Breaking here at the news desk. When you stack Allo Internet, DirecTV, and mobile, you can lock in your price for 2 years. Sources are confirming that when you stack Allo Internet, DirecTV, and mobile, your monthly price drops and you're locked in for 2 years. That's fiber fast internet, premium streaming TV, and reliable nationwide mobile coverage. And this just in, you must switch by Labor Day to secure that locked-in pricing for 2 years. Switch, stack, and save at allofiber.com/stack.
Make bill paying a breeze with Text to Pay. LES texts you 1 week before your bill's due date. Just reply to the text to pay. It's that easy. Log into your account at les.com to sign up today.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's schwisow.com.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete in Lincoln. With 3 plants across the city, there are plenty of opportunities to start or grow your driving career. They offer great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they cover the cost of CDL training. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Since 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today with ready-mixed concrete. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's nebcoinc.com.
What's it take to be a mentor with big brothers, big sisters? It takes 30 minutes and a cup of coffee. A video game, best 2 out of 3. It takes sharing thumbs up emojis, clapping emojis, and loaded nachos at halftime. That's how you make an impact on a young kid's life. So go on, share a few hours a month, because mentorship may sound huge, but the truth is, it takes little to be big. To learn more, volunteer, or donate, go to bebignow.org.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Hi, folks. The weather is for sure heating up, and Coppel Chevrolet GMC is following suit. The discounts are really as good as they've ever been. $14,500 off list price, or 0% financing on select new models. Folks, you heard that right. Smoking hot deals at Coppel. $14,500 off list price, or 0% APR. So take that short drive down 144th Street or at koppelcars.com. STK number G269520. All deals with trade-in and approved credit.
Now back to On the Block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
Rolling right along here during On the Block. Austin and Jay with you till 5 o'clock here today. Jay, we're talking NFL. Do you want to do overrated or underrated teams according to The Athletic first? We'll hit them both.
Let's do underrated.
All right. Scrolling down to the underrated portion of this exercise. Team number 1, underrated going into 2025, the Los Angeles Chargers. Says that they should be the number 2 team in that division. Probably won't challenge Kansas City for the division crown, but saying that they appeared poised to make a big leap forward as they enter year 2 under Jim Harbaugh.
And they're underrated?
Apparently, according to The Athletic. I feel like the Chargers are also properly rated.
Yeah, I think they're far from underrated because what was their schedule last year? Or what was their
They ended up 11-6 last year, 4 games back at Kansas City.
Yeah, but Kansas City was
15-2.
Right. I mean,
Chargers were only 1 game better than the Broncos. And I would say the Broncos might be a tad underrated.
That's what I was just going to say. I would say I'd say the Chargers might be, if you watch their games, a little bit overrated. And I think that's a byproduct of what I think about the quarterback. I think he's very talented, but I think he's overrated in the sense of where he's ranked. So I think it goes hand in hand. Then when you look at...
What if I told you I would take Justin Herbert over Trevor Lawrence?
Now you're back. Now you're back. But then when you look at Bo Nix, I think he's probably a little bit underrated along with the Broncos in the sense of, no, he's not anywhere near the top 10 or top 12.
Yeah, okay.
But I think underrated in the sense of they think it's a one-hit wonder. Nobody has tape on him. We'll see how he does his sophomore year. But I think the biggest thing about the Broncos that's underrated is their defense. They have I think by stat-wise, they have the best tandem of pass rushers and a true lockdown corner.
They added Hufanga in the offseason as well.
Which is a safety.
Pretty good.
And he's a racer, kind of like a Bob Sanders, and he's healthy. And they also got my man, the linebacker from San Francisco that had got hurt in the Super Bowl.
Oh, Greenlaw.
Yeah. Where it brings leadership. Now, as long as he can stay healthy, then they're good. But I think to have a true lockdown corner, like, I'm not sure I count Sauce Gardner as a true lockdown yet.
Contract isn't convincing you?
Well, I think the contract, I'd say he deserves it, but I think it's more in his first couple years. Last year, I thought he was a little soft. But sometimes when you're waiting to get paid, you kind of play like that. And then also the situation with New York. Plus, I think Quentin Williams was not bringing the heat like he was before he got paid. So hopefully he's going to be – there's a whole bunch of factors. I would say that Broncos are more underrated versus the Chargers. I think the Chargers might be right where they're at or slightly overrated.
All right, team number 2 in the underrated portion from The Athletic, the Dallas Cowboys. I'm not mad at it. They'll get Dak back. And
Look,
Jay,
man,
since Dak has been the starter in Dallas.
They've been in the business.
Go back to the 2016 season. 13-3, 9-7, 10-6. Then you have 8-8. He gets hurt 6-10 with Andy Dalton as the leading passer. Then it was 12-5, 12-5, 12-5. Last year, 7-10. But of course, Dak went down with the injury. That's one losing season as a starter for Dak Prescott, who legitimately puts up numbers. And they had Pickens. I know they lost a lot of veteran leadership from that locker room. But I think Dallas could at least
They got bigger in the defensive line. No, finally
across the board.
Across the board, they've got more of a, because they had a safety playing linebacker.
Yeah,
I think in Micah Parsons, I'm assuming is going to be playing to get paid. I think they are underrated. I hate to say I hate the Cowboys. I'm sorry, Pete Ferguson. I hate the Cowboys.
Well, you're in company that also hates the Cowboys. You're good.
I hate the Cowboys, but I'm gonna give them their just due. They showed more fight finishing 7-10 versus the years that they finished 10-6 or 11-5. And I would probably say that they could have been 8-9 if they would have played Cooper Rush that last game.
Fair.
So they very easily could have been 3-14, right? CeeDee Lamb in and out of the lineup. They found a running back. It looked like they found a little bit of mojo. I think they are underrated. Now the problem is this. Whenever that article was written, I wonder if or when Mike McCarthy was the head coach.
That article was written for today. So
okay.
This is Brian Schottenheimer is factored into the equation here.
Right. That was what I was going to say.
And not only Brian Schottenheimer, but Brian Schottenheimer having to deal with George Pickens.
And Jerry Jones.
Well, Lee Schottenheimer's been in the building, so
yeah, but it's different.
Being head coach.
You know what? When you're the offensive coordinator, you know what the analogy is. You're the backup quarterback. Everybody loves you.
Sure.
Because guess whose fault it is?
Head coach
Mike McCarthy. He's the play caller.
Jason Garrett.
And you have all the ideas. Now you're the dude that has to deal with Jerry Jones calling your plays, picking your players, and telling you what you see and what you know when you might think opposite. Now he's the one that signs your checks and pays you, so he does have that right. I just think maybe I know Brian Schottenheimer has a really good reputation throughout the league.
Is that because of him or his last name?
I both, but I think he's earned it.
Okay.
Now he hasn't probably got the best results at different places as being coordinators, in particular Seattle. But I think his relationship building and leadership and being able to connect with players, I think is probably why he's getting so much of a pass. Normally, a first-year coach with Dak Prescott and Jerry Jones, you ain't getting a lot. You're just essentially waiting to get fired.
Right.
I think they think he's going to be around for a little bit.
Next team in the underrated, the Arizona Cardinals, led by Pocket Hercules. They went from 4 wins in year 1 under Jonathan Gannon to 8 wins in year 2. So they finished 8-9, still third in the NFC West. Jay, I'm still not fully sold on Jonathan Gannon, but he wasn't the train wreck I thought he was going to be. There's something there.
I thought he was going to be one and done when he didn't even know Buda Baker's name when he first got there. Then I thought this first year, this is horrible. I was like, man, they need Cliff Kingsbury back. But last year and, through the whole year, you saw, and I think I think he's connected with Kyler Murray. Also know Kyler Murray probably had a little bit of, realization. You're a delicacy in the league. You 5'0", and you're coming off of injury. You're known as not having good leadership. You're thought of or assumed that you don't have you're not very invested because you like playing PlayStation 5, Call of Duty. Heck, the one game that he called the preseason game, he had his gaming headset on. So let you
People forget.
And so, but their defense is young, athletic, and nasty. And I think when you look at their division with the Rams, Seattle now with the new quarterback and not Geno, and a young head coach in the second year, even though Seattle won 10 games, and San Francisco probably getting too much of the benefit of the doubt. I think that division is probably going to be the one that you want to keep the eye on because every team, all 4 of those teams, because you got to think San Francisco finished 6-11. That's a injury plague and down year.
Yeah.
8-9 Arizona, 10-7, 10-7. They think they're in the building. Everybody has a chance.
Who do you trust the most in that division in terms of teams? Because I still trust Stafford the most at quarterback.
I would say the Rams. I trust Sean McVay.
Snead's pretty good.
I do like he'll make a trade because he bumped them draft picks. Stafford as well. Puka Nacua. And then
Verse,
and then everybody else that they've got, it was Fisk that they got first, Verse and Fisk.
Braden Fisk.
But even the guys that are like street free agent, high priority, they do a really good job. And this would be interesting though that, little side note, if Scott Frost learned something there, they're able to take guys that are under the radar, like not drafted or late draft choices, and get them up to speed like that. And they're productive.
Yeah.
So I wonder if, because Frost was out there, if he learned in something, maybe, you've learned something just by being there.
Final underrated team, the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm not buying
what you just go. That's your boy. You one of the love Trevor Lawrence. Go ahead, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
If Liam Cohen can position Trevor Lawrence to finally live up to his potential, just like he did with Baker Mayfield in Tampa Bay last season, Jacksonville has a chance to rebound. Fortunately for the Jaguars, they're in the AFC South. Texans have won back-to-back division championships, but other contenders are the rebuilding Titans and the Colts, who remain limited by quarterback struggles. I think Trevor's the second best quarterback in the division, pretty clearly. I think Brian Thomas Jr. might be the best receiver in the building. Now, first-time head coach in Liam Cohen. Don't love that. 34-year-old GM did a decent job. Travis Hunter effect. Will that, pop off the screen in year one? I don't know. But I think they're forgetting one important piece, Jay. It's what? Jacksonville. You can't underrate Jacksonville because they will find a way to let you down anyways.
Man, that's a good roster.
Veteran record.
Yeah. And they drafted pretty dang well. Every position in need they got, and they got legitimate players.
But it's the Jaguars.
But I don't know. I don't know if that dude is the answer. I'm not, because I don't really believe the last two dudes that got head coaching jobs from Tampa Bay are the answers. Cornelius, whatever his name is. Cornelius down there.
Dave Canales.
Canales went from a preacher to a head coach in 3 years. I don't know what type of pictures you got. I don't know how that happened. And
David Tepper, man, one of one.
And then Liam Cohen, essentially right off of that too. I like Cohen probably better than Canales, personality-wise.
Canales did bring Bryce Young back around, though.
That was reluctantly.
But he still did it.
No, but he didn't do it, though. Bryce Young did that. That's why I'm not sold on.
Okay.
I got 3 minutes, and I'll go with Jacksonville being underrated, but I think they'll get to where they need to be and just be like 8-9, 9-8. That's a good year. They were 3-14 last year,
right?
And if you keep Trevor Lawrence healthy, then that'll happen. Here's the problem I have with Canales is you took the job, okay, the head coaching job with the Panthers, and knowing who was going to be quarterback, Bryce Young. You took the job. He just got picked number 1. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You knew what you're walking into.
Well,
you don't give the guy
granted,
chance.
you would never turn down the job if they offered. But part of you applying for the job and part of why you got the job is that you're able to take somebody with the same stature and the former number 1 overall pick. So you know the pressure that Bryce Young is under. And you've played against him, so you probably kind of scouts them before that you can turn him around. And then within 2 weeks, you're ready to put the dude on the bench
for Andy Dalton.
It was ready to jettison him and ruin his career. Andy Dalton gets hurt
in a car crash.
Car
accident. What are we doing?
And then Bryce Young comes in. Now, granted, I think Bryce Young had to deal with some stuff off the field, got his mind right, and probably, and the great thing about him, all the things that. Now, I still think C.J. Stroud is a better prospect, or was a better prospect.
I agree.
But some of the things that made him really good at Alabama, the leadership, the stick-to-itiveness, the competitiveness, and all that stuff, and dealing with adversity, what they talked about, it was real because he was able to, turn it around. But by no means did this dude really even want him there. If I'm Bryce Young, I want a new contract right now.
Yesterday.
Now. Because I can't trust. You can't trust that dude. He was ready to bench that dude and be in the mix for number 1 number 1 pick.
Again.
Yeah. I'll figure it out. You trying to get your job longevity by cutting Bryce Young. Now, I'm not saying Bryce Young is
the answer.
But
he had moments.
But you got Adam Thielen in the country, dude.
Xavier Legette. Really quickly, let's go through the overrated teams. You can just pick out one or two to talk about. From bottom up, Cincinnati, Detroit, San Francisco, who you already mentioned a little big and maybe a lot of benefit of the doubt. And for the tier of team and the way they're talked about, nobody circles the wagons like
Buffalo Bills.
The Buffalo Bills.
I would probably say Cincinnati because their defense is garbage.
And they're having 2 contract disputes with edge rushers.
Yeah.
And a new DC.
Right. Yeah. And you paid 2 receivers like they're number 1.
Whoops.
And the worst part is you let Joe Mixon leave.
Would you rather have Jamar Chase and T. Higgins or Ocho Cinco and TJ Houshmandzadeh?
I'm taking Jamar Chase is cold-blooded. I'm taking them 2. The problem is T. Higgins. He's good, but he get hurt too much. He cold-blooded too.
People forget about TJ Houshmandzadeh. Houshmandzadeh was an underrated number 2.
Yeah.
I think Isaac Bruce behind Torrey Holt.
I think if you got,
those are my guys.
I think if you take them at the height of their career.
I mean, Ocho Cinco was
when they were really rolling with Carson Palmer. I'd probably take those 2, only because I feel like Houshmandzadeh is a little bit more reliable right now than T. Higgins. But Jamar Chase kind of just he's
different.
He's next level.
I would rank them. Jamar Chase is the number 1 out of that group.
Yes.
Ocho Cinco, Houshmandzadeh.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But I think Jamar Chase, if I was starting, I would probably lean. I would just say, you know what, I can deal with T. T. Higgins is great.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably. I'm actually never scratch it. I would take Chase and T. Higgins just because I think Jamar Chase is that much better than Ocho Cinco.
Ooh, all right.
He cold-blooded, man.
It's true.
It's questionable whether I'd take him over.
And that dude was going to Kansas.
Justin Jefferson.
Really?
Justin Jefferson just got the hammy.
I don't know, man.
He's a little slender, but
he's bigger. I think he's a little better route runner.
He is, but that Jamar
Chase is legit, man.
That did Jamar Chase.
Deep ball after the catch.
He built like a running back, man.
He is.
Yeah, I used to be Justin Jefferson and the Jet, but that Jamar Chase, boy.
How much of that is quarterback situation too?
It's a lot of that.
I like Chase's situation better. But do I, though? Because I really like O'Connell. I'm not anti-Zach Taylor. I think O'Connell's the better head coach. I think Burrow's obviously the better quarterback. Since his offensive line is
You don't like Zach Taylor?
Zach Taylor's fine.
I like Zach Taylor.
Good.
I think he's got a little bit of stuff to him.
He's got a little bit of a bad rap, I think. He's got about the defense has been.
I don't know how that defense...
And Burrow's such a slow starter anyways.
I don't know how the defense ain't good, though. Or wasn't good. At
one point I bookmarked this. I have to see if I can find it. The quarterbacks that Cincy faced last year.
But you got to think, though, their defensive coordinator, I know he got fired, was up for head coaching jobs both last 2 offseasons. And they had the same players.
I found it. The Bengals defense ranked number 31 last year. The starting quarterbacks that they faced: Jacoby Brissett, Daniel Jones, Jameis Winston, Deshaun Watson, Gardner Minshew, Desmond Ridder, Dorian Thompson-Robinson twice, Cooper Rush, Mason Rudolph, Will Levis, Andy Dalton, Russell Wilson twice.
Oh, yeah, that gets you fired.
And 31st.
That gets you fired. But that ain't that's not a defensive coordinator thing. You know what that is? You know, that's on the players. That's a 1,000% on the players. Now, they could look upstairs and say, okay, you didn't bring back DJ Reader, but that's on the players. A lot of it probably had to do with effort and guys waiting to get paid. Straight up. You can't, and I know they lost Bates. They lost both of their starting safeties. And so, but that's more of an effort thing. I know they got Chase Brown's brother and all that. It's an effort thing.
Yeah.
Because the scheme didn't change. All they play is deep shell cover 2. They scoring points like no other.
Yeah. Get 2 stops a game and you're probably good.
Yeah, we got to get that all 22 tape, man.
That'll be Whiteboard Wednesday coming up sooner than later. We're playing the Shootout with Strick, a.k.a. the Fire Away with Foreman. Call now, 402-464-5685. It'll be your chance to win $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings. 4 questions for Jay, 4 questions for you. We'll get our contestant during break, play the game show, and then answer the question, is Nick Saban truly coming back to coach college football? All that straight ahead.
Download our app by searching for 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day wherever you are. More of On the Block next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete in Lincoln. With 3 plants across the city, there are plenty of opportunities to start or grow your driving career. They offer great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they cover the cost of CDL training. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Since 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today with ready-mixed concrete. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's nebcoinc.com.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
An award-winning softball season deserves a celebration. Don't miss your chance to congratulate Jordy Ball in person. Join the team at Midwest Bank for a special meet and greet on July 16th at their Jamie Lane location as they recognize her incredible achievements. Bring your friends, your team spirit, and your favorite gear for Jordy to sign, and it all kicks off at 4 p.m. They can't wait to see you there. Get all the details at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at gainatrucking.com.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
It's time to play Shootout with Strick. Call now, 464-5685, to take your shot against Eric Strickland. Shootout with Strick, brought to you by Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Time to play the game!
Yes, to Jay Foreman's surprise, we are indeed playing the Shootout with Strick. Tried to warn you about that going to break, Jay. I tried to give you break to get mentally prepared. I set it up.
Yeah, you got. I see why Strick be watching you. You got listen, man. I gotta start watching you, man. I gotta start watching Austin.
I'm good. I'm on my P's and Q's. I'm on my business. Your competitor today, Jay, one of our favorites on our text line. We got Tater on our Honda of Lincoln hotline. Tater, what's good?
Hey, just got off work, so.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Yeah. Thank you for listening. Thanks for calling in. We will give Jay his questions first, and then we will get to you. Sound good, Tater?
Yes, sir.
All right. Jay, we're doing MLB All-Star Game. That's tonight. Your round starts here in 3, 2, and 1. He has the most career RBI in MLB All-Star Games. Ted Williams or Hank Aaron?
Ted Williams.
Yep, he's the most recent batter with 4 hits in a single MLB All-Star game. Ricky Henderson or Carl Yastrzemski?
Ricky.
It is Yastrzemski. He played in more career MLB All-Star games. Cal Ripken Jr. or George Brett?
Oh, that got to be Cal Ripken.
Was Cal Ripken Jr., and he's pitched in the most career MLB All-Star games.
Nolan Ryan.
Nolan Ryan is the guess. A good one, but it is unfortunately incorrect. The answer, the Rocket, Roger Clemens. Pitched in 10 All-Star games.
Count. Valco.
He still pitched in the All-Star games, so unfortunately, for the purposes of this exercise, he does
All
count.
right, let it slide.
Tater, 2 to tie, 3 or more to win. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, your round starts here in 3, 2, and 1. He has the most career hits in MLB All-Star games. Stan Musial or Willie Mays?
Willie Mays.
Yep, he's the most recent pitcher with 6 strikeouts in a single MLB All-Star game. Fergie Jenkins or Zach Greinke?
Greinke.
It was Jenkins. He has the higher career on-base percentage in All-Star games. Mike Trout or Albert Pujols?
Ooh, Pujols.
It's Trout, and he had the most career saves in MLB All-Star games. Most career saves.
I don't even know pitchers, man. Good game, Jay.
Not even a guess?
Dennis Eckersley?
No guess.
Is it Dennis Eckersley?
Dennis Eckersley is a good guess. I believe he's second on the list. It's Mo Rivera. Mariano Rivera, 4 All-Star game saves.
I was going to say that dude that put his hand on the shelf. Remember the dude?
Have a good day, guys. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Tater. Play again soon, man.
You don't know who that is?
MLB pitcher hand on a shelf?
No, he got his arm hurt or something. So when his like when he would be there, he would have his hand up here like this.
Oh, Kimbrel.
Yeah,
that guy.
Yeah, the Hawk.
Craig Kimbrel.
Yeah.
Who's still pitching, I believe.
Yeah,
he just got
that.
DFA'd earlier this year.
I just thought that was him, but now he's probably a setup dude.
I think he's bouncing around in the minors right now.
Is he?
Or indie ball. Because he got DFA'd by, I think, the Orioles earlier this year, I want to say. Be more.
Representing. I got.
Do you know where the All-Star game is this year, Jay?
Atlanta.
A-Town down.
Yeah, I gotta get back to be more though.
When's the last time you were there?
It's been too long. I try to stay out of Baltimore though, man.
I went down.
I'm not from Baltimore. I'm from Frederick, which is more like DC.
Can they tell that you're from Frederick? They can tell.
They can tell you when you're not from Baltimore, and once they find out, you got about 10 minutes to get up out of there.
They started counting 10 minutes ago.
Baltimore's crazy. You just got to make sure you go. You got to know where to go. Because I got to give a shout out to my man, Tommy Polly. So I usually try to hook up with him. Old Florida State linebacker legend. But he was actually a better, or not would say better, he was a great linebacker in the NFL. But basketball-wise, T. Polly was the real deal. His son played for Connecticut a few years ago. Yeah. I think they won national championship when he was on the team. I think Ollie was the head coach. And, but T. Polly could hoop, man. 6'5", about. He said he was 225. He about 210. Number 29, Florida State.
Okay.
Yeah, T. Polly. Yeah.
We still got to do the tiebreaker here, Jay. So I will give you the question. You'll give a number. We'll give the Buffalo Wings and Rings to texter number. Just since Jay doesn't like odd numbers.
6.
Okay, we'll do 6 since you came up with a number. Jay, how many combined MLB All-Star games did Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, and Stan Musial play in?
38.
Jay says 38. Texter number 6, 402-464-5685 with over, under, or push. Jay's answer of 38 combined All-Star games for Mays, Aaron, and Musial will win $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings. When we get back, will Nick Saban make a return to college football? One of his former quarterbacks believes he will. We'll talk about that. Maybe give some possible landing spots for the old ball coach. We'll be back in hour 2 of On the Block.
Follow Austin Strick and On the Block on Twitter at Austin Orman, eStrick20, and On the Block 93.7. More of On the Block coming up.
While folks love all of Hog Wild's award-winning barbecue options, many have a real soft spot for the Carolina pulled pork sandwich. Hog Wild serves their tender, slow-smoked pulled pork on a soft bun and piles it high with tangy coleslaw. There's nothing else on the menu like it. The added bonus? You get to have a side dish like curly fries or baked beans. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8. Put lawn irrigation on automatic. Think Judson Irrigation for worry-free service to Lincoln homeowners and business community. Judson Irrigation will turn on your sprinkler system in the spring, repair or redesign as needed, and turn it off in the fall. For service to orphan sprinklers, remember Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law Group and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next opportunity? Nebco is hiring. They're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. They offer competitive wages, great benefits, service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Apply today at nebco.com. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for the Nebco shop. Learn more at nebco.com. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at nebco.com.
Breaking here at the news desk. When you stack Allo Internet, DirecTV, and mobile, you can lock in your price for 2 years. Sources are confirming that when you stack Allo Internet, DirecTV, and mobile, your monthly price drops and you're locked in for 2 years. That's fiber fast internet, premium streaming TV, and reliable nationwide mobile coverage. And this just in, you must switch by Labor Day to secure that locked-in pricing for 2 years. Switch, stack, and save at allofiber.com/stack.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
This is On the Block with Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer, Jay Foreman. Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This is On the Block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
Well, welcome in hour 2 of the show. Still plenty to get to before we turn things over to Des Moines Adams and Ashton Honor for the teammates timeout. Austin Orman, Jay Foreman with you, taking you through On the Block, brought to you by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Jay, I have to give you your props. You were not prepared for the shootout, but you handled business. Yeah. As you do. Your career winning percentage is astronomically higher than
I like baseball all the way up until I couldn't hit a curveball. I'd never forget. Hey, man, before we get in the next day, I'll never forget. Hey, man, because I wanted to. There's the main reason I stopped playing baseball. I grew up in a baseball family. Because back then, you know, like football was obviously a family business, but my grandfather played baseball and basketball at Bowie State. So he always had a baseball bat underneath the bed. So I'd always, I grew up, and I love the Orioles, growing up, Eddie Murray.
That's your card into Baltimore.
Yeah. Right. And I stayed down with the Orioles. And I remember I played baseball and, I could hit decent, but I was fast. So I could run, some nubbers, that's what we used to call them, where you kind of get them and, they don't have strong enough arms to throw you out with ease. And I remember we faced, and it was I don't know if it was Legion, but it was some sort of summer baseball. And then I was head to basketball afterwards. And I think I had to be 8th going into 9th or 9th going into 10th. So it was pretty competitive. And I'll never forget the dude because of his last name. His name was Kyle Kretchenbach.
Okay.
Right? And everybody was so scared of him because his dad must have played somewhere, so he kind of could pitch. He had a slew of pitches, 4. We played him before, and he, I'd hit decent on him with his fastball because his fastball wasn't really that
pretty
hard.
Flat.
Yeah, it was easy to hit, but he could drop some stuff off the table. When I tell you your boy, he threw this curveball. I think I swung and already was ready to get back, and then the ball hit the catcher's mitt. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I think he struck me out at least 3 times. He might have walked a complimentary walk or something.
I feel bad. Take your base.
Right. And I don't think I hit the ball at all.
Not even fouled it off.
Yeah. And it was like, and I'd already kind of like started to cash in on baseball because, I loved it and, and didn't have a lot of action, but I wanted to pitch, because I'd been practicing pitching and I just wanted to pitch in a game. That's all I wanted to pitch once. And if I'm horrible, then, send me to third base and left field. Well, coach wouldn't let me pitch. So now I was already done. Now I'll never forget this ride home with my dad. It was dead silent and I was frustrated. I was steaming and I was changing, getting into basketball practice. And I was just like, I was like, Dad, I tried to pose it, tried to get him to talk me out. I was like, man, what do you think about if I just concentrate on football and basketball and track? And he didn't answer right away.
Did you know something was up at that point?
He was like, yeah, that's your decision. I'll support you in the decision, And then we rode up this hill, and I'll never forget because, there's this little place, this little neighborhood, and that's where they say Christian Leitner lives. So we were going up towards, we're taking a left, going up there. We got to the top of the hill. He's like, I can't lie to you. I'm happy as all get out. He's like, you ain't that good at baseball. And he's like, you dang can't hit no all-speed pitches. I was like, dang, for real? He's like, yeah, I've been wanting to tell you that for a while. You ain't got no future in baseball. Hey, when I tell you I walked into basketball practice, I probably missed every shot I took that night. That was in my head for a whole 2 hours, even when I was running gassers. And I thought I was sweet. That was it. That was the last thing of baseball, but
appreciate Dad's honesty. Maybe wish it would have come a year before that.
He kept it all the way real.
Kept it a stack, as the kids might say.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. He stood on business.
The original Mr. Stand on Business?
Yeah. Oh, my dad would stand on business.
We love that.
Quick. He still will.
Nick Saban may or may not be standing on business, but Gus Mohawk is standing on $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings. He hit the over
Gus.
on you. Stan Musial, Hank Aaron, and Willie Mays combined for 72 All-Star game appearances between them. They hold the record between them, 24 appearances apiece.
That was a horrible guess. Congratulations. That lets you know. Yeah. That was all luck by the win anyway. Don't feel bad.
All right, Jay, Nick Saban. First comments came from Greg McElroy, a person that he believes in the know, a source that he trusts very much, believes that Nick Saban will return to coaching. He says, this was a little bit out of left field, but the question was asked of me. A very much in the know person that I have a lot of respect for and have spent a lot of time around and just really, really admire. They seem to think Nick Saban's not done coaching. I had a similar reaction. He's pretty adamant that he thinks Nick Saban will be coaching again. Look, if it wasn't someone notable, I'd never say a word.
Yeah.
So that's from Greg McElroy.
Yeah. You know who he's talking about?
Nick Saban himself.
Nick Saban himself. Admiration. Spent a lot of time around him. If he wasn't someone notable, I wouldn't believe it. There's only one person that's it. That's him.
Flip side of that, Kirby Smart at SEC Media Days. That's not happening. I don't think Nick's coming back. I think he's too happy where he is. I have talked to Nick pretty regularly, and I just don't see it. It's one of those things that if he wanted to, he'd be unbelievable at it.
I think Nick is done unless it's a place like a Texas, like Sark gets a NFL job, and he can go to a place. It's not he ain't going nowhere like Arkansas.
Is Nick Saban 95% retired or more?
Nick Saban is 100% retired unless LSU, Texas, Bama again, Notre Dame, or like you said, Michigan.
Ooh, that's your list?
Yeah, it's only blue bloods. He ain't going to Florida because he don't want to deal with any nonsense because they don't know how they can't even pay people right. They can't even cheat right. So
okay, give me your list one more time.
Texas, Bama, LSU,
Notre
Dame, and I'll say like USC or Michigan, and that's as far that number 5 is far like fetched.
Interesting. Okay. There was a question when this came out posed by Tom Fornelli, CBS Sports. It was, I'm trying to get to load here. Would you fire your head coach to replace him with Nick Saban right now? And
depending on who it is.
Okay, that's just the thing, depending on who it is. These are the schools that I came up with, Jay, that would not fire their coach for Nick Saban. Georgia, Clemson, Oregon, Ohio State.
Okay.
Texas.
Yep.
I don't think Alabama would fire Kalen DeBoer to get Nick Saban back.
It would just be bad business.
I think that'd be really bad business.
I think they would like to.
I think they would like to.
But they will hold off.
They would hold off on it.
Yeah.
I also don't think Notre Dame would fire Marcus Freeman.
Me either.
But I think that Nick Saban would be very interested in that job if it came open. Saban is a Catholic, by the way. I did look that up last night before I put this list together. So maybe that's on his list. He's Catholic. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could see him go to Notre Dame.
They wouldn't fire Freeman.
No.
They would say no if Nick Saban said, I want to coach you. But if they had an opening, he'd be in the door.
Yeah.
Here's my list of teams that I think it would depend on the sales pitch to Nick Saban, of course, to Miss Terry. Kent State, the obligatory alma mater, but he's not taking the Kent State job. I think Tennessee would have a shot. The presentation went well. He could be convinced.
Yeah, I could. That's my first choice. I think if a place that he could go right now
and be better
and turn it around ASAP.
Lane leaves. Ole Miss, I think, depending on the pitch.
That's a hard sell, man, considering the climate on campus.
Okay. Texas A&M.
Yep. He fit
more
right
likely than Ole Miss. And these are not in order, by the way.
He fit right in down there.
Okay. SMU.
Now, that might be more appealing than what people really give credit for because they have so much money.
ACC is probably more gettable.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I never thought about SMU.
On the sneak, Jay.
Yeah, he bring back the Pony Express, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think anywhere that Nick Saban goes.
I got 4 more.
Go ahead.
USC, I think, depends on the pitch.
Yep.
Higher taxes, but kind of a golden parachute gig. On the low, I think Washington. We know Nick Saban is a boats and lake guy. There's money up there. He can still fling players off his boat. I think it's quiet enough up there where he'd be a story, but he wouldn't be the main story. I think Washington on the sneak could be a Nick Saban job.
It's a sneak.
Arizona.
No.
You don't see Arizona?
No, okay. I got enough money.
And the U. Cristobal leaves.
I can see him at the U.
That's what I'm saying.
Now, let me tell you, if Nick Saban got down to my boy, that would be trouble for the ACC.
Wouldn't it?
With them big brothers down there, oh my God, he'd be like the second coming of Howard Schnellenberger or whatever his name is.
Or Jimmy Johnson
and Jimmy Johnson.
Or Larry Coker.
It'd be all in one. You could throw Dave Wannstedt in there. Yeah, I can see him at the U. But it'd be predicated on the I think anywhere he goes, and this is where it'd be a little shaky. I think he's trying to do it for the betterment of college football. And first of all, he's going to go win, right? Mm-hmm. And it's got to be worth his time.
Yeah.
I think it would be harder for him to put together the type of staff that he needs because that's part of the reason why he retired. Because he felt like at least according to what he said, he felt like he was plugging more holes than he usually had to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a byproduct of having probably the best staff and continue to build coaches.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been out of it. So I think he could come back and coach at any of those schools. I think the hardest part would be would be building a staff up to his standards based on where the college football is now. More importantly, I think he would like wherever he goes, or if he goes, I'm sure he would like to hand it over to good hands. I think he wants this to be some of his best work, and it has nothing to do with.
He wouldn't take the job just to take the job.
Yeah, he don't need the money. I mean, heck, he's getting
doesn't
paid.
Need the wins, doesn't need the clout.
Yeah. Heck, he's getting bigger and better. He's like Michael Jordan. I mean, and it's not taking any away from Jordan or Nick.
Mm-hmm.
When you've won so much, and then then they can start to appreciate you and how dominant you were.
Mm-hmm.
You get bigger. The book keeps getting better.
Couple things from our text line here. Sartor Hamann Jewelers text line 402-464-5685. 7610 says Saban is from West Virginia. Could he replace Rich Rod? Would he go home and do it?
No, man, that ain't that's
not a bad job, not an elite one.
He's from West Virginia, but he don't live there anymore.
Okay, and then Kip says Michigan would be perfect for Nick Saban. Agree or disagree?
I think that would be appealing to him. I mean, I think he's going to go where I'm rolling. I mean, he's rolling.
How would Nick Saban get the Michigan job? What's the
Sharon Moore messes up this year and loses? Bye. Okay. He's already been in trouble 80 million times. And the fact that text message you sent to the other coach, you should be fired right now. And you're a cornball.
If Nick Saban is available for Michigan and he's giving them signals that he's interested, what is the worst record Sharon Moore could have and keep his job?
There ain't no way he's keeping his job.
If Sharon Moore goes 9-3, and you have that for the next 10 years, would you rather have that or Saban for 3?
For the next 10 years, 9-3?
Well, 9-3 is the baseline. Let's just say.
Oh, then they would probably keep. But
Sharon.
I don't think they really trust. I don't think they believe in him that much. I think they reluctantly gave him that $6 million a year. There's something weird that he was coaching, hadn't even signed his contract.
Yeah.
So it's either on their end or his end. And then I think he's still in wait and see mode. I think those last 2 games, beating Ohio State and then doubling down on against Bama, I think has really gave him a little bit of more solid footing.
But it might be just
but you got to think, if you're the AD and you get a call from Nick Saban's agent saying, hey.
Well, the AD's not on exactly stable footing for his role in all this anyways. Oh, and their president left to try to get the Florida job, and then their board of regents turned him down.
But how do you get job stability?
You win.
No. Bring in Nick from the AD. You and the president. Look what we got here.
Yeah.
All the decision makers. Oh, okay. Well, now you didn't got your head out of your butt. Now you you got it going.
You're good again.
So you got to think, if the agent calls him and say, okay, he can give you 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
This is what he's committed to, health, permitting. And you will be better than Ohio State in position to dominate Ohio State, not going 50-50, dominate Ohio State. That's the benchmark.
Is Nick Saban more likely to commit to 4 years at Michigan or Penn State?
That's interesting. I could see him at Penn State. It's a small little place too.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been to Penn State. My dad went there. He said he hated it.
Your dad went to Penn State once and said, nope.
He said Joe Paterno told him he wasn't good enough, so he went off on him.
Good for your dad.
I could see him up at State College, but I don't know. I think he's more like a Southern guy now, man.
I agree. We haven't gotten to my 4 most likely schools. You said Texas, Bama, again, LSU, Notre Dame, your 4 most likely. We agree on one of them. A&M's in there. Okay. We agree on one of your top 4. LSU. I think if Brian Kelly messes around, he's running his mouth, only winning, 7-8 games, I think he's gone. I think LSU gets fed up. And I think Nick Saban, of the places he's been, is most likely to go back to LSU over Bama and over Michigan State. Old Dad 34 said, would he go back to Michigan State? No. That was a stepping stone job for Nick Saban. My other 3 most likelies, though, Jay, I do have SMU on that list. Lower pressure, high money, ACC, whatever, we talked about it. I still think Florida's in the equation. I really do. Southern, low taxes, close.
Athletes galore.
But before he takes Florida, I think the job that might come open sooner and might position him better is in Tallahassee. I think Florida State, on the low, could be a really good retirement gig for Nick Saban.
Yeah, I think Florida State probably would be higher on that list, and that'd be a good place for him. I think LSU would probably be the easiest, because I think when you hear if you ever hear about it, how when he took the job, he essentially was like They don't have anything. You got to drive to practice. I mean, he essentially, feels like he built that program, from facilities and all that stuff and fit in there, won a national championship, so forth and so on.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, and I think they truly end up liking it there.
Yeah.
Him and his wife.
Mm-hmm.
I think they
enjoy.
And I think,
mm-hmm.
I mean, Bill Bush could probably talk more on that than anything. Baton Rouge, people love it there. They love the whole deal down there. I've never been there.
Same.
But I know, people that played there, they love Baton Rouge and they love the fan base and all that stuff. And they would probably welcome Nick Saban back. It'd be easier and you get paid. But I like the SMU. I could see SMU saying, hey, let's get our little, what they got, oil money?
Oil money.
Yeah.
Politician money.
Yeah.
All the
old
above.
School money.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You ever seen that TikTok when they go to a SMU game and they were like, how much does your watch cost? These dudes are worth 10,000, right? Like their dad gave them a $10,000 watch and stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Just because it was Wednesday.
Right. I could see SMU just saying, you know what? I think if this game, if I'm SMU and it gains some traction, this is nothing against their coach, and I hate doing this.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm in there and I'm one of these they got to be billionaires, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I would say, you know what they would do? They're probably sitting around smoking $1,000 cigars. What do they do? Like cognac, yeah, and all that, aged, getting a little tipsy. And it's kind of like when Jeff Saturday and Irsay were drinking, he said, I dare you to give me the job. And he gave him the job.
Don't remind me.
I think them dudes say, you know what? Let's call his agent right now. And it'll be like 2, 3 in the morning,
mm-hmm.
right? And say he doesn't answer. So they call him again at 5 before they go home. Still twisted. Or their car service gets him. Let's offer him $20 million a year. I could see them.
Kirby's making the most in college football, 13-1 right now.
So to get him out of the booth and to really get him to be able to win a conversation with Miss Terry.
Mm-hmm. $20 million is 2 more lake houses, Miss Terry.
It's more than 2. It's a lake village.
It's true. Well, I'm saying you get the 2 houses, you get some savings, you get the stuff on the side.
Well, that's $20 million a year.
Yeah. For 4 years.
That's $80 million. Plus all the
They're not going to blink about missing.
So that's the way you do it. This is what, and we're paying. This isn't even about a national championship. This is for you to get us in contention.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all we want.
We're paying you $20 million to be our consulting firm to get our next head coach
and to win probably ACT title or whatever. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Beat Dabo.
Yeah, that would set this world on fire. Because not only are you paying him $20 million a year, you're gonna have the highest pace that you're gonna have he's gonna just be able to just pluck and everybody's gonna be mad. But that's the only way that I think you get him is you gotta overpay him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it might only be barely an overpay at $20 million for Nick Saban, right?
Yeah.
I mean, for what he would bring to SMU, $20 million would be a drop in the bucket.
Yeah, because
what we think.
Because if you're paying, because if I'm Nick Saban, man, just what's crazy? When that dude came to my house, man, who would have thought? You know what I'm saying? My dad was like, "You ain't fit. You don't fit in East Lansing." You're right.
You're right.
My teammate went and he got in trouble like almost every week.
Yeah, man.
I mean, he could demand them to upgrade the stadium. I mean, it would be. You're paying him. I mean, there would be so much money coming in there. It would be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
you bring Eric Dickerson back as running backs coach?
Nah, you just bring Eric Dickerson back. That's a cool brother, man.
Yeah.
Look, my dad's I'll say this. My dad's my favorite running back. But really, I used to wear 29 because of Eric Dickerson.
Yeah, the Jerry curl like him too,
and it was one of the coolest things. I got to meet him at the Super Bowl. And he was the nicest dude, man. It was him and Rod Woodson, and Rod Woodson knew me because, he was playing around the same time. And, they obviously knew my dad and all that other stuff. But it was cool to meet. He was real cool, man. I wanted to ask him about that Trans Am, though.
Why didn't you?
Yeah, you can't be asking nobody about that, man.
You're Jay Foreman. You can ask whatever the heck you want.
I was just up there trying to get a picture with a brother.
In the Trans Am.
I was like, hey, man, off the record, man. What's up?
How about it?
How about that? But he taking it to the grave, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As he should.
Yeah.
Let's go to break. We'll pick this up on the other side. Got some good texts on our Sutter Heyman Jewelers text line. More to get into on Nick Saban's potential rumored return to college football after this.
Download our app by searching for 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day wherever you are. More of On the Block next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
MHC isn't new, just a new name. Mo's Moving is now Mo's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can also handle your commercial moves as well. There's never fees on trucks, stairs, elevators, long carry, and last-minute booking, and no trip or fuel charges. Also no upcharge on weekends, and they do offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. To honor the new store opening, A1 is offering $25 off any service over $300, $50 off services over $500, and $75 off services that total over $750, all through July 31st. Schedule your appointment today at A1AutoLincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball.
Don't miss the 8th annual Wing Fest on Saturday, July 26th at Haymarket Park from 5 till 8 p.m. Local restaurants will be serving wings from 5 to 7 p.m. with live music going until 8. Ice cream and beverages will also be available for purchase, and all the proceeds from the event will go to benefit students in the local community. Get your tickets today at wingfestlincoln.com and make sure you attend the 8th annual Wing Fest at Haymarket Park on July 26th.
Play ball!
Ready for summer fun and ballpark vibes? Bring your pack to Haymarket Park for a thrilling season of Lincoln Salt Dogs baseball and unleash the fun. From May through August, the Lincoln Salt Dogs will be playing and the park will be popping with all the food, drinks, and fun you need for the perfect night out. Grab your friends, family, and coworkers and make plans now. Visit saltdogs.com to secure your tickets. Come on out to the park and unleash the fun.
Now back to On the Block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
Welcome back in On the Block. Jay and Austin with you for another 29 minutes or so. This segment brought to you by Heartland of Nebraska Windows, based down in Hallam, Nebraska. Family owned and operated, their own team of installers. Give them a call. Check out heartlandofnebraskawindows.com today to learn more. Jay, we're headed to our starter Heyman at Jewelers text line here. 5162 wants to chime in on the Nick Saban conversation. What about Texas Tech's money? They're spending it like crazy recently. Why not chip in for a coach like Saban?
Yeah, I think they could do it, but I don't think they're.
He's not moving to Lubbock.
Yeah, I don't think he's moving to Lubbock.
And think about kind of the internal politics of that. Leach was the outsider, but he was innovative, right, for the time. Bounced around through a couple other guys, and then here's Joey McGuire. Just grinded his way up through the high school ranks in Texas, and that's kind of the Texas Tech kind of persona. And I know they have the crazy money, but
I don't think that's a good fit. They would have to pay him $25 million.
Yeah. Augie, we did mention A&M. What about Oklahoma? If Venables is fired, a new AD comes in and makes a splash.
I can see him doing that. I think they could get him for less than 20.
17? 15?
I like 15, yeah. He'll do everybody a solid because whoever's the next championship coach, he's going to try to get that. Get that Nick Saban upgrade.
93-15, imagine Saban versus Belichick in the ACC for the next 3 years. If you're Carolina and you knew that Saban was going to be available, would you have waited and tried to get him, or are you good with Hoodie?
Well, if you knew he was going to be available, I'm sure you would have waited. I think they felt like they could get the next best thing if Bill Belichick is motivated and focused. You're not going to get a better football mind and guys that develop players and don't have an eye for talent, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Lombardi is a good GM.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be, I think it's going to be, I'm not really worried about Bill Belichick, like coaching. It'll just be interesting to see how college goes, considering the last few years or the last, year in New England, and what his idea of a quarterback is. You know, like, he really, the last few years, him and Brady clashed and all that stuff, and then, he's got the, young girlfriend, which is, this is his right to do so. So, how does that affect overall? And does it affect him possibly getting back in the NFL? Because just say he wins 10 games in college. And I'm surprised, is he banished by the owners now? I mean, you got to think that
if they were colluding against quarterbacks, they can collude against Hoodie.
Well, Robert Kraft colluded against him. He called my man Arthur Blank.
He said,
"Do not hire him."
You know what time it is, right?
Yeah, it is right because
never hire Belichick a clock.
He all but had the Atlanta job,
and
potentially had the Philly job, as well because Sirianni was almost
on the
fired.
way out.
And what's the other job he almost had? Was it Tenet?
Well, I mean, there are always rumors about Dallas, but I don't think that was ever going to happen.
No, but he was. It was Atlanta for sure. Philly was also, and I think it was maybe Tennessee or somebody that potentially really wanted him as well.
Oh yeah.
You know,
yeah,
like
yeah,
when
yeah.
he
Mhm.
and then he interviewed for all those jobs.
Mhm.
Or no, Washington.
Oh,
Remember?
that's
Yeah,
right.
Washington.
That's right.
Right.
Mhm.
And so I just think it's going to be interesting. But that'd be a great game. You know, Saban and Belichick. I give the advantage to Saban just because he'd have more experience in the college game.
College, yeah. I also came up with a short list of teams it would be really funny if Nick Saban would come back to college to coach, ones that I don't think would happen. I don't think he's going to Penn State. I don't think he's going to Michigan, but I could be talked into it. I do have a really funny image in my head right now of Manny Diaz just on the yacht with Robert Kraft and Tom Brady just chilling, despite Belichick because he's the Duke guy.
Yeah.
They wouldn't do that. They don't
Yeah.
care enough. You know, he's out of their life, I'm sure, to some degree.
Yeah.
But then I just got this next funny image in my head of Nina King, the Duke AD, John Shire, Cooper Flag just hanging out on Robert Kraft's yacht. Just as they screw you to Belichick.
Yeah.
No matter where he was going to go.
That would be funny if he went to Duke. It'd be funny if he went to like a small school, like a Syracuse or somewhere, and just
yeah.
You know, just off the beaten path that you would never think you'd go to.
What
like
is the worst Big Ten school Nick Saban would coach?
That like willingly take the job?
They'd have to overpay to get him, but he would do it.
Probably Maryland.
That's 25 million a year, 30?
Or like Rutgers. But I don't think Rutgers have the money.
No. Well, they got mafia money. They got mob money.
I'd probably say Maryland. Under Armour money.
So Wisconsin, inside the bubble, outside the bubble for Saban.
Way outside.
Way outside.
But he would come in there and run Smash Mouth again.
He would. They would like that.
Yeah, can you imagine Nick Saban in those like ugly white uniforms? I can't.
No. And Kip, no, he is not going back to Michigan State. I know he tried to mention that before. So no, I don't think Nick Saban.
What about Nick Saban and the Gophers?
Now they do have the lake houses, and I think that'd be a selling point.
Yeah, that winner though would jump on Miss Terry. He wouldn't be happy. She'd be gone.
And can you picture Nick Saban in that maroon and yellow?
No,
not for a second. I think it would be hilarious if Nick Saban coached Washington State. Retirement gig, middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
I still think their most famous coach is Mike Leach. So to go from Mike Leach a decade ago to
you know where I can see Nick Saban is
Auburn.
No, just because of Bama. is Mississippi State.
That was a sneaky contender I just left off my list.
I can see him at Mississippi State because the colors fit him.
A little more.
It's a great recruiting base. Big offense and defensive linemen. They still put guys in the league. And it's smaller. They got a pretty decent. I mean, I think he could turn some stuff around.
2366 says the worst Big Ten job Nick Saban would take would be Iowa.
Yeah, he'd probably give him a discount. Him and Kirk Ferentz. Don't they got a connection, right? Through like Cleveland?
I'm sure they know each other and have talked at conferences and whatnot.
Well, I thought Kirk Ferentz was in the Belichick type of deal originally.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Homeboy hookup. Nah, man, he's not coming anywhere above the middle of the United States. Unless it's Notre Dame.
Gotta be south of the Mason-Dixon line.
It's the only way he's going Notre Dame. That's it, man. And I don't even think he's going to do that.
If Nick Saban gets the Notre Dame job, what happened to Marcus Freeman?
He got the Chicago Bears. No, because they just got a new coach. He got an NFL job. Or somehow got the Ohio State job because Ryan Day got another, like NFL job.
Marcus Freeman unconverted.
He'd leave and be, I was just playing.
Yeah.
This ain't for life.
No.
I'm back. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think I really don't. Yeah, I'd like it. I like it 67-87 or 67-85 unknown texter USC. I think that's real. I don't know if USC has or willing to pay that type of money. But I think Nick Saban.
Ooh, you don't think?
For
how mediocre they've been
and
all the failed promise of Lincoln Riley.
You know what I think they would do? They would probably buy it. They'd be like, all right, man, here's a house right on the ocean, whatever he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't have to pay for that. They'd probably pay all the property taxes. And they probably pay him $15 million. And then put a lot in his. I think he would take that job.
Which is more likely, Nick Saban to USC or Pete Carroll to USC? Pete Carroll gets fed up with Mark Davis. Raiders fans aren't classy enough for him. USC fires Lincoln Riley. Would Pete Carroll want the USC job back?
I'm sure he'd like it. I don't know if he wants to go back there, though.
I just think those second tenures never go well.
There's some skeletons left back there.
Too many skeletons.
Yeah, I think no. He would take it, but no. I think this is it for Pete Carroll.
Are the Raiders underrated going into this year because of Pete Carroll, or are they still going to be bad in year one?
I think they're underrated because of Pete Carroll. I think he's going to energize that whole place. I think they're going to be way more competitive and well coached than they've ever seen before. So I think in that sense they're underrated.
10 blocks you versus Brock Bowers. 5 in line, 5 split out. How many reps you winning?
Oh, I'm winning all the ones in line. Covering him?
I'm blocking. So this is just run blocking. Bowers is trying to block.
Oh, he ain't blocking me in the run game.
Okay.
Now pass catch.
10 reps in
10
pass
or
coverage.
5?
10.
Oh,
five in line, 5 split
no,
out.
he's fast, man. he's overtaking Dallas Clark as the fastest white dude that tight end I haven't played against.
Okay.
Yeah, I might win 2 out of 10. He wouldn't leave me. 2 out of 10, I'd win.
What tricks are you using to try to jam him at the line? Not let him use that speed.
Faint stab, like you jab, and then you use like a quick jab, get him again. But man, he's yeah. You one false move, one little peek in the backfield, he gone.
See ya.
Yeah, he gone. Yeah, it's not like covering Kent Dilger. I could cover Kent. Hey, I used to cover Kent
all day.
I used to cover him like I just be in my backpedal against him. Like, you slow as Christmas. Anthony Beck, his son Rocco Beck is the quarterback of Iowa State.
Oh, that's the connection.
And then Anthony Beck is the head coach of the St. Louis Battle,
yeah.
The UFL. I used to cover him like dog. I was like, one time I was like, you a first round pick?
You can start running now?
Yeah. Then he got mad. Then he ran me over like on a option route. Got offensive penalty. Yeah.
Colston Loveland, same thing. Blocking and pass coverage.
No, I think he give me more trouble in both. And here's why I think he's really good versus Warren. I think Warren's good, but I think you got to really scheme up Warren and use his whole attributes, running and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you could throw some like smoke screens and now routes to him. Loveland gets separation. He's decisive out of his breaks, and his catch radius is good, and he's got a little nastiness to him too. He's got, like Michigan. Here's the thing about Michigan and players in general. From John Jansen, I guess Steve Hutchinson, he's a Hall of Famer and stuff. I just like, he's tough, but most of them are like the frat dudes they used to wear with sweaters around their neck, and then they want to be tough guys just because they grew up eating 4 meals a day and all that until you got to bite back against them. So Loveland's got a little nastiness to him though. He's competitive, and Jim Harbaugh always does a really good job of eye for talent, tight end wise, all the way back to Stanford.
Right, my boy Kobe Fleener.
Yeah,
there's a name for
you.
There's a 3-year stretch there. I thought he was going to take over the league. Him and Andrew Luck.
They went on a run from Stanford to tight ends. That was like no other.
Tough to match.
Yeah, Kobe. I forgot him.
Kobe Fleener.
There's so many tight ends, that are just stupid like athletes. 6'4", 250.
Mm-hmm. High school power forwards
yeah,
that
man.
did get the extra.
I saw the thing at
spurt.
the old Alabama weight coach is the head coach at North Alabama or whatever down there, and he hired. He hired all former Bama players.
Mm-hmm.
OJ Howard's like he coaches tight ends.
That's another guy I thought was going to be so good.
Right, Lane Kiffin especially used to scheme up things for him.
Mm-hmm.
First round pick.
Yeah,
I mean those guys are.
Eric Ebron.
Yeah. Remember him?
I do. He had a really
North
good year
Carolina?
in Indy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What happened to him? He got
Lost
hurt.
focus.
He went to Pittsburgh.
Went to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Tight end's a position that.
I think he was a Pro Bowler his year in Indy. I think he had double digit
touches.
touches.
He got busy one year. Yeah, I think
it was him and Jacoby Brissett, if I'm not mistaken. Or was that Matt Ryan?
Probably Matt Ryan. Indy went on a run and had a Hall of Fame quarterbacks, couldn't even get to the playoffs.
I know. It sucks. You think Matt Ryan's a Hall of Famer? 15-year career.
I think he is now that he's on TV.
4-time Pro Bowler, 1-time All-Pro, 2016 MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. That gets him in. It's going to take some time. You know what's bad is when they be trying to act like Tony Romo was.
Yeah,
my mom calls Tony Romo Tony Roma. Yeah, I like that. I mean, yeah, I think Matt Ryan doesn't get the credit for how dominant he was and how good he was. You know, because they never really made noise. I mean, obviously they lost the Super Bowl, but wasn't consistently in the fight.
I mean, they had some really good dudes, though.
They did.
I mean, Harry Douglas, obviously, Julio.
Roddy White.
That was my guy.
Then they had your boy
Algie Crumpler was there, right?
Yeah. Oh, Algie, yeah. You know, Algie could get going. And then they had Freeman, the running back. Yeah. They had, remember Michael Turner?
Vaguely.
The little ice box number 33.
Yep.
They had some good teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, good players, I mean.
I never crossed paths with the Falcons really as a Colts fan growing up. I never rooted for him, but Matt Ryan's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Falcons, that red and black looked pretty cool.
Yeah, they got one of the best uniforms out there.
Yeah.
Still to this day. I think Matt Ryan gets in.
Phillip Rivers?
He definitely gets in. He gets in just because he's one of the best trash talkers out there.
See, I think Matt Ryan gets in before Phillip Rivers.
You think?
I would bet you a Mercado steak dinner on it. But I know you're too scared to take that deal after last time.
I know. Dave from I'm pretty sure he ain't drove past
Rivers didn't get an MVP. Rivers was always like the third best. I mean, Rivers maybe his peak was a better player, but I think Matt Ryan has a little better reputation.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Rivers is almost like Dan Fouts. All those yards. Yeah.
Yeah, I see it. Let's take our final break of the show. We'll wrap things up after this.
Follow Austin Strick and On the Block on Twitter at Austin Orman, eStrick20, and On the Block 93.7. More of On the Block coming up.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law Group and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to The Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Don't miss the 8th Annual Wing Fest on Saturday, July 26th at Haymarket Park from 5 till 8 p.m. Local restaurants will be serving wings from 5 to 7 p.m. with live music going until 8. Ice cream and beverages will also be available for purchase, and all the proceeds from the event will go to benefit students in the local community. Get your tickets today at wingfestlincoln.com and make sure you attend the 8th Annual Wingfest at Haymarket Park on July 26th.
While folks love all of Hog Wild's award-winning barbecue options, many have a real soft spot for the Carolina pulled pork sandwich. Hog Wild serves their tender, slow-smoked pulled pork on a soft bun and piles it high with tangy coleslaw. There's nothing else on the menu like it. The added bonus? You get to have a side dish like curly fries or baked beans. Order online at gohogwild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Now back to On the Block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
Let's wrap up On the Block. Austin Jay with the final segment brought to you by Love Volleyball Omaha. Jay, we alluded to it briefly, didn't get too in-depth into it. 2 big contracts handed out in the NFL today.
Man.
First of all, Trey Smith and the Kansas City Chiefs, before the franchise tag deadline, they agreed to an extension 4 years, $90+ million, 70+ guaranteed. And for the Chiefs, the money actually hits more up front and will decrease on the back end of that contract. Now, the highest paid right guard in the NFL.
Man, Trey Smith, I think he went in the 5th round, coming out of Tennessee, but had first-round talent. They thought he had, or at least I think through the combine, he had some sort of
like the neck.
Heart, it was a heart condition,
something.
but it never affected him playing, and so he got flagged. Obviously, Chiefs, just like the one thing about Chiefs, they look past that because they get their offensive tackle this year from Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, ever since he been in the league, he has been the Undertaker, except for when he met Nolan Smith in the Super Bowl from
the
Philadelphia. I think he got chink in his heart, but finally he got paid. Congrats to him.
The other guy that got paid one day after Garrett Wilson, his compatriot on the other side of the ball, Sauce Gardner, 4 years, $120.4 for Ahmad Sauce Gardner.
Yeah, I mean, he's been, he was picked number 4, I think, out of Cincinnati. Everybody didn't know if he was going to be good enough, tall. For the most part, he's been a lockdown corner. I think his first 2 years, he was legit, CB1 or whatever you want to call it. Last year, a little bit inconsistent, but I think it was based on the vibe and culture of the team. You got 3 or 4 coaches and all this other stuff. So deservedly so. You don't get corners like him and receivers and guards like these guys, and these guys have outplayed their rookie contracts.
Speaking of rookie contracts, maybe a little bit unusual for Sauce Gardner, still had 2 years left.
Yeah.
which usually these get done in the final year of the deal.
You play one more year, but
right.
I think teams are understanding if we get them now, and you got to project what the market and what the salary cap could be. You get them now, you don't get a hometown discount. You just get them a little bit less because when you think about it, Brock Purdy, if you would have signed him 2 years ago or even before last offseason, probably save you about 20, 30 million.
Fair.
Keep making him prove it, and he proves it. The old Kirk Cousins.
It's this higher risk, higher reward. If you wait one more year, it might cost you more or could cost the player for not getting it done ahead of time too. But to that point here, really quick before we get out of here, NFL salary cap, $279.2 million, which is about $10 million more than most teams were looking at. What can NFL teams do with that $10 million? How far does that go?
It goes a long ways because you can sign some veterans that normally wouldn't get a chance to cap-friendly deals. You can prorate it. You can sign more guys. You can save it for during the season, just in case you want to re-sign somebody that has a higher base salary so that you could lower their cap number, which will set you up for the future. Or you'd be like the Cincinnati Bengals and not pay anybody. You ain't paying your best pass
except
rusher.
for 2 receivers.
Yeah, but
and
you
your
got
quarterback.
Yeah, but you got a new defensive coordinator. He don't have his ace in the hole. His compadre, his partner, he retired. The guy that you drafted number 1, you don't even have him in mini camps because you got some bootleg contract. And then you got Cam Taylor-Britt wanting to get paid. So Mike Brown, he gonna keep that money, make some interest, and make everybody buy their own breakfast.
You know, everyone's blaming Houston for the guaranteed contract to Higgins for the second rounders.
For the Iowa State guy.
Yeah.
Now that I just saw Cleveland Browns sign their second round linebacker, it was a Schweiger from UCLA.
Yeah, UCLA.
He just got a fully guaranteed.
Houston,
Man.
man.
Hey, man, I know I was fifth round of draft choice, but I would have liked to have my contract guaranteed.
Would have been nice, huh?
Boy, I would have been boss balling up. You couldn't have told me nothing of Buffalo, man.
Still can't tell you nothing down in Lincoln. He's Jay. I'm Austin. Teammates timeout after this. Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to The Mercado today.